Good evening, guys and girls. I am your voice of choice, the verbose villain, DrMarxout, bringing you this week's edition of Storm. We had a late development over the weekend, 3-day weekend. We were having a bit of a house show, and Supremacy was taking on the Chaos Emeralds. It was a hell of a match. Suzuki was injured. She's going to be out the rest of the season. I don't know the full extent of the injury. I just know that she's hurt. So, in lieu of that match, we're going to have that triple threat match to determine the number one contenders for Ladies of Mayhem's Women's Tag Team Champions. This is going to decide it. So we have the Northern Lights. Beck Wild starting things off for her team. And the off the line, Kitty Barnes, taking on In Limbo. The winners will move on to the Cease and Desist HD Remix. Our marquee pay-per-view of the year, our final show of the year. Beck, of course, the boo of the number one contender for the Blitz Division title. One Skeevy Ray Vaughn, shocker of the year. Former women's champion, the inaugural women's champion, looking to add one more accolade to that. One of only two women to successfully defend that women's title. On the other hand, Beck's tag team partner, Kitty Barnes, I think can't even win out of a paper bag. Nothing but respect for Kitty Barnes. She could probably whoop me in a bar fight. That being said, she is kind of almost running on the Kurt Hawkins unwinning streak. Am I allowed to reference that? Too bad I just did. Fun fact, if it does end up being the Northern Lights that make it to the Cease and Desist HD Remix, they were the first team that the Women of Mayhem defeated at the Golden Girls Classic in that first round bracket. Of course, that was before Beck got infested with the skeeves. As we get set for the foes turn, sometimes friends, but still foes. Cassie Pandemonia out first. I guess In Limbo's still not friendly enough with each other to come out together. And Chip Stackworth with the Faxworths. Supernova Pro will be presenting their marquee event, Final Cut, on schedule, which as far as I know of is tomorrow at 1 o'clock p.m. in Steel City time. I don't know if we have our own time zone, but if not, we should. And if you miss it, make sure you on-demand that shit. And if you don't, then you're doing it wrong. You should be just ashamed of everything about your life. I'm told that depending on some of the events of Final Cut, some of the events we're going to be having may or may not change. I don't know the full extent of it yet. I have to have people talk to my people, and people talk to other people, and sheeple. As we await the last puzzle, the last piece to this puzzle. nominee for our first ever Blitz Awards for sickest finisher. The last few weeks we've seen Chip drop in all the Triad official awards from across the Triad. After the HD remix, we will do one show with our own Blitz Core awards. I don't know if Supernova's doing it. I don't know if High Class is doing it. I know that High Class usually does. Of course, that was before SP Dub and Blitz decided to wreck the party. So I'm not sure what's going on anymore. It's a mad, mad world. Carter and Pandemonia, long-time rivals even before arriving here in Blitz, have shown they can actually work very well together in tag team competition. Cassie starting things off with Beck here. Opening match of Storm. We are a go. Cassie thinking she's Bake right now. Opening things up with a Tornado DDT. And Chip Stackworth has the facts worth one more time. There will be High Class awards after Smokeout. Rising knee to the skull of Beck. And then dropped with that sick backbreaker, wrench on the neck. Round kick to the side of the ear. Back to her feet, gets rocked with the right hand, and then dropped with another neck breaker into the Wizard Special, 15,009. Only into a 1 count. Back to her feet, getting her first bit of offense with that surprise Dragon Screw. Bringing Kitty Barnes in. Kitty right into the X Factor. Turns that neck of Cassie and then steps on the jaw. Looking for that right hand, gets blocked and hit with the right from Cassie. Has a hold of that Goozle. Into the choke slam. Thinking she's a guy at a bar that's going to tombstone the bouncer. Irish whip send into the in limbo corner. Nevea tags in. We're getting our first look at tandem offense from in limbo here tonight. Irish whipper into the big boot. Kitty tags out Beck almost immediately. And Beck in with the dive with the corkscrew forearm. Makes it a pair. Decides one more couldn't hurt, at least not me. All things in the Triad come in threes apparently. Running punt kick. Shades of our new women's world champion, Callie Dane. Outstanding that arm, jumping on the elbow joint. Carter up into the satellite. Into that tilt-a-whirl head scissors. Showing some of that lucha training. Back into the in-limbo corner now. Irish whip. And the double back body drop in Val Savage and BJ. Apparently both hurting too. I wasn't sure if Val was working hurt at our house show or not when Sue got hurt. Maybe that's where it kind of all started. Beck kicks out. Another tilt-a-whirl head scissors takedown on the Kitty Barnes. I'm trying to read the news, watch the match. Contend with the service dogs in the arena tonight. It's craziness. Over the shoulder arm breaker. Irish whip. Beck catches her in with the hip toss power slam. Off those ropes. One more running punt kick to the other side of the jaw. Trying to send Cassie's face into the 15th row. Back with the elbow drop. Momentum on this side of the Midnight Stars right. Not Midnight Stars, wow. Northern Lights. And way off. Big mushroom stomp. And then Beck beeled into the corner of the in limbo team.
Reversal on the Irish whip, sent back into the corner, fights her way out for the jawbreaker, does not want to get hit with another tandem maneuver. Into the falling complete shot. One of 15 go-to Canadian moves. And back pulling Cassie away from her corner. Tags in Kitty. Let's see what Kitty can do with an advantage here. Heading up top, thinking high risk. What can go wrong? Drops the big leg, sister. Cassie fighting back with a jawbreaker. And then a huge lariat takes Kitty Barnes up and over. Cassie tags out to Carter. Carter out to give chase into the playground. Do-si-do, Kitty back in first. Still gets caught with the Firewoman's carry. Not the takedown edition. Into the snake eyes. Carter with that big pendulum drop kick. Trying to drive those boots through the rib cage. Rolling senton gets nothing but mat. Move the 40% accuracy rating. Jawbreaker into the pop-up Meteora. I don't know if Carter just can't get the full-ups for the mushroom stomp, but those knees hurt just as much. Brings Pandemonia back in. Barnes with the rake to the eyes. Looking for the slam. Cassie up and over. Dives through with the shoulder tackle. I just realized Cassie's like 12 feet tall. It's kind of hard to see from the booth. Has that arm outstretched, stepping on the one hand, dropping the knee on the wrist. A lot of work on the arms for both of these teams, even though no woman in this match is a submission expert. As I say that, Cassie in a hold for that Fujiwara. Yeah, none of these women are particularly known for submission skills. I think Cassie was just biting the forehead of Barnes. I couldn't quite tell because of the camera angle. Thanks, camera guy. Tandem offense maneuver one more time. There's the whip into that big boot of Carter. Barnes fights up with a kick to the knee. Carlos does something left. Irish whip into that neutral corner. And with the tornado DDT off the second rope. Working on the neck crank of Kitty Barnes. Into the choke now. For being the cute, fun-loving girl that we think she is. Carter has picked up some of the shadiness from her tag team partner. And that falling arm breaker. Makes it a double. Maybe there's something we don't know about to Kitty Barnes. Maybe she's hurt more than we know. Managed to stop that right hand though, with the arm that's been getting that beat down. Quick neck breaker from Barnes. Then taking a minute to let the Storm Shelter know what she thinks about him. Pair of Polish hammers. Into the shoulder tackle. Monkey flips out into the hip attack. Barnes going for some sort of slam, walks into the rising knee of Nevaeh Carter. Barnes sent back into the limbo corner. Purgatory by In Limbo. Pandemonia into the cover. Beck breaks it up before it even starts. Carter has Beck up, looking for powerbomb, gets caught with that surprise Ninja X Factor. And Beck lays out Pandemonia with that forearm. Only back to her feet first. Goozles Kitty Barnes one more time into that back wheel trip. And Carter's still out at ringside somewhere. Butterfly DDT out of Cassie. Measuring Kitty Barnes. Hooks her up. Taste of pain. Hooks the outside leg. Beck breaks it up at one more time. Carter finally back to her feet. Cassie drops Beck off the apron. Taking a minute to think about her next move. Talking strategy with Nevaeh. Gets caught with a kick to the unbuckled knee. Unbraced knee. Buckled, braced. The exposed knee. Third exposed on with that hot shot. Big kick to the sternum. Back on her corner. Quick hatch DDT. Almost a short hammerlock DDT. Barnes trying to crawl back to her corner. Got lost, turned to the neutral. Gets snapped backwards onto that center shield. We have another in limbo tag. Split leg drop. The Fumi leg drop. Sister. I forget how to say sister in Japanese. Carter maintaining control. Snapmare. Now has a hold of the eyes and the nose. Barnes fights her way back up. The King Hippo punch. Sends Carter back into the Northern Lights corner. Gets that tag. Big exposed King Hippo punch by Beck. Into the sweet and sour suplex. Beck is most likely the freshest woman in this match, and Kitty dropped off the apron and denied the tag. Beck said, fine, I'll do it myself. And that surfboard knee breaker. Now splits the uprights of Carter. Beck ties those knees up one more time into that knee buster. Wanting to take away some of that jumping ability of Carter. Speaking of jumping ability, Beck gonna fly. Makes her 41% accuracy on that rolling senton. Shotgun kick drops Carter. Carter pops right back to her feet. Reverse on the Irish whip into the snap power slam. Beck's that neutral corner. Carter spins her around. Double spring up into the chop. Follows that up with a drop kick. Ducks the lariat from Wild. Into the jumping mushroom stomp. Didn't get the same height her partner gets. Into the cover, hooks the outside leg. Only gets a 2 count, ref out of position. Misaki kick absolutely ignored by Wild. Drops Carter with that split-legged jawbreaker. Beck could be looking to end it here. Has Carter up. Ties those legs up. Moose Knuckles holds on for the pin. Dropkick breaks it up from Cassie. Almost waited too long. Kitty spins Cassie around. Has her up. Into the air raid neck breaker. Carter out of the back door. Kicks it out the back of the knee. Quick soul kick down low. Into the short firewoman's takedown. Beck up and over on the shoulders. Pushes Carter away. Into the chop block. Beck spent a lot of time working on those knees in the last couple of minutes. French whip into that corner. Canadian whip in this instance. Big boot out of Carter. Into that falling reverse DDT. Carter heading up top. Could be looking for the pearly gates. Gets all of it. Into the cover. Kitty Barnes right there to break it up. Gets planted with the butterfly DDT. Carter brings Beck back to her feet, only to get met with an arm drag takedown. Munchkin laying a DDT on the center shield. This match is going to continue. Beck walks into a jawbreaker. Carter one more time with that agility, that tilt-a-whirl head scissor takedown. Hits that rolling senton of her own, 41.5% accuracy. I'm not honestly keeping track, I promise. Huge haymaker. Cassie Pandemonia brought back in. Pulls Beck away from those ropes. Grabs her by the hair. Salvo of headbutts. We've seen that before, just not here as often. Pandemonium with those standing Kawada kicks, pulling out all the HC dub treats. Gets her takedown counter with a gut wrench. And I think Beck just said that it's diamond cutter time. Or maybe it's just drop kick time. Ducks the line from Pandemonia. Into the crossbody, gets caught. Planted with a rib breaker. Cassie with that body scissors takedown. Gets caught with the up kick. Big right forearm. Cassie stops the shot. Into that nasty backbreaker. Can we call it a backbreaker because of who she hit with it? I'm going to go with it. Are all of Beck's backbreakers going to be backbreakers next season? Maybe. Falling belly to back suplex from Carter. We get tags on both sides. Kitty runs it with the big boot. Makes it a double. Decides one more. Kitty looking like she has something to prove here, because she kind of does. Kitty has a hold of the leg, gets caught. That drop toe hold variation. Cassie looking to fly. Beck still out of ringside. Big missile drop kick off that second rope. Maintains control of that arm into that falling arm breaker. Back to the Fujiwara. Thinking Kitty might have an injury we don't know about. Gets goozled one more time by Pandemonia into that back wheel trip. Looking for that arcing shot. Gets blocked. Caught with the right hand from Kitty. Kitty has her up. 9 lives cutter. Into the cover. Far corner. Cassie out at 2. Didn't even need the assist. I don't even know if Carter was moving. Cassie caught the diving forearm. I think that's honestly the first time I've got to call the 9 lives cutter. Covered high leg sweep from Pandemonia. Beck sent in limbo corner. Kitty having words with the ref. Beck beeled across. In limbo looking for purgatory one more time. Gets it. Carter into the cover. And breaks up the pinfall 1.5. This thing's still going to go on. These four women beating the absolute bricks off of each other in our opening contest here. We still have 5 more matches to go. Carter letting the strikes fly. Rear waistlock, standing switch. Women do-si-do, exchange forearms to the upper back. Into the stroke, almost caught Beck's throat on that bottom rope. Brings Cassie back in. Falling headbutt to the abdomen. Cassie with that running elbow. Beck pops up with the arm drag. Short right forearm. Now working on the left arm of Cassie. Quick snap suplex out of our inaugural women's champion, the Mrs. Skeeve. Big power bomb, follows it up with the elbow drop. Beck is scary Canadian strong. Work on the arm joints of Cassie now. Into the Northern Lights with the bridge. Carter caught that float over neck breaker. Would say Iceman's kicking rocks in the back, but he's not. He's got a match coming up next. Munchkin DDT, stop with the rising knee. Beck catches the kick on that and drops the elbow on that knee brace. Soul kick down low. Goes back to work with the snap suplex. Ooh yeah, drops the elbow. Pandemonium sent Sternum first into that corner. We've seen Beck use that as the setup for the Moose Knuckles. It's like I knew it was happening. Beck catches her, drops her with the Moose Knuckles, holds on. And Cassie kicks out again, is taking both big moves from the Northern Lights. Cassie's neck almost turning her head sideways there. Sent into the Canadian corner. Beck runs into a big boot. And then dropped with that pickup elbow drop suplex. I don't know what else to call that. Brown Masaki kick across the jaw. Pandemonium hammerlocks those arms. Into the Russian leg sweep. Ties up the legs of Beck. Falls into that backbreaker. Out of the cloverleaf position. Now working on the upper back. Hammerlocks the arm one more time. Stretches the opposing arm backwards, looking to get some more tension on that wrist. Trying to pop her elbow up backwards. That's just gross. Beck with the surprise ninja head scissors. Doesn't need the arms for that. Brings Kitty Barnes back in. Kitty trying to get this crowd back into it. This is probably arguably the best Kitty Barnes has looked this entire season. Now with the foot wash, across the face of Cassie. Waiting for Panamone to get back to her feet. Went for the double axe handle, didn't get enough. Got caught with that big savate kick, though. Panamone flips into that leg drop one more time, sister. Doesn't hook the leg. Only gets a 2.5 count. Right in front of Beck Wild. Beck didn't even flinch. Short brainbuster. Of course, Cassie's 37 feet tall, so short brainbuster's still like a big one. Back to that twisting body scissor takedown. Goes for that Ramasaki kick. Has a hold of Barnes by the throat. Trips out the back leg one more time. Pulls her back into her team's corner. Falls into the cover, hooks the outside leg. And Barnes out at 2.5 one more time. Saki kick absolutely unfazed. Barnes with that brainbuster to the knee. Panamone fighting off the ground with that dragon screw. Now taking a second to play to the crowd here. Cassie measuring Kitty. Kicks down low, spins her around, taste of pain one more time. Into the cover, hooks that leg. And Barnes out at 2.5. All four of these women know there's a tag team title shot at stake at the end of this rainbow. Northern Lights out of the corner. Carter hasn't moved off that apron. Panamone ascending to Northern Lights corner. Standing switch. Cassie in the center, pillar to post. Barnes tied up in the tree of Keanu Reeves. Cassie heading all the way up. Into that sick double stomp. Into that cutthroat neck breaker. Cassie with that big choke slam. Barnes finding a little more will to go. Arm drag takedown. And then it's the big slap. I'm not sure that's what you want to do at this point in the match. Tag in Beck Wild might be the thing you want to do at this point in the match. Beck trying to rip that knee backwards. Cassie with the eye rake off the ground. Into that nasty backbreaker. Backbreaker. Cassie up on the shoulders, fights off with the elbow to the side of the ear. Plants back with that butterfly DDT. Has back up, short brainbuster. Cassie in another gear right now. Cutthroat neck breaker to the back. Short arm bar. Beck rolls out of it. Into the hammerlock. Beck fights off with the back elbow. Beck went for that shotgun kick. It's caught with the mushroom stomp. Pushes Cassie away from that running savate kick. Headbutts her, takes her up and over to the outside. Beck giving chase. We know she is not afraid to fight outside. Diving down with the Rana. Sends Cassie back in. Drops the elbow to the throat. Ref's count broken quick. King Hippo punch. Snap suplex. Floats over into the cover. Forearm to the face, no leg hook. 2 count out of Beck. Beck ties up Cassie one more time. Moose Knuckles holds on. And Cassie out yet again. Cassie has yet to have a pay-per-view match. Shoulder tackles Kitty. Brings Beck back in with the short Irish whip into that Samoan drop. Looking for the chokeslam. Beck fights off with the elbows. Pop-up Braun and Surprise Ninja caught with the powerbomb instead. Beck sent into that far corner. Big Beal out of Pandemonia. Cassie's right hand gets blocked. Beck fights back with one roundhouse kick. Roadhouse. Kitty back on the apron. Saki kick. Cassie sent far Northern Lights corner. Tandem offense once again out of the Canadians. And that double back body drop. Kitty caught with that falling arm breaker. Cassie looking to steal a quick pin, only gets a 2. And Carter finally back in the ring for the first time in what feels like 15 minutes. Cassie's been going at it alone. Staggers Kitty. Back elbow, staggers Pandemonia. Kitty with that air raid neck breaker one more time. Carter looking to get brought back in. Beck tagged back in. Diving tag. Carter misses that big lariat. Beck grabs a hold of her. Sends her up and all the way to the outside. Looked like Kitty was going to get her some. Beck says she's got this. Carter fighting off of the dragon screw. Drops the knee to the sternum. Kitty throwing the paws. Gets caught with the shoulder tackle. Refs count at 5. Carter sent into the barricade and then sent back into the ring. Refs count broken up at 7. Carter sent neutral corner. Beck taking her the whole way up. Beck with the big Frankenstein off the top. Brings Kitty back in. Cassie finally back on the apron. Kitty looking for the mid-range jumper. Gets those forearms. Snip with the stun gun. Carter sent up and over out to the apron. Shoulder tackle. Up and over into the sunset flip. Looked like Carter was going to steal it there. Walks into a back elbow. Barnes with that knee brainbuster one more time. Spikes Carter. Brings Beck back in. Beck working on the elbows of Carter now. Has Carter up, Carter slips out the back. Reverse DDT counter. Brings Cassie Pandemonia back in. Beck sent in limbo corner. Quick tag. Throws Carter up and over into the Meteora. Beck with the European. Northern Light suplex with the bridge. Carter out at 2.5. Beck figure fours the neck going into that triad staple elbow set. I'm being told we have 5 minutes left in this match. If we do not have a winner, we will figure something out. Carter slow to get to her feet. Kitty has her up. 9 lives cutter. Crosses the arms. Pandemonia breaks it up. Beck looking for the power bomb. Has Pandemonia up. Cassie fights off of the arm drag takedown. Kitty rakes the eyes of Nevaeh. Nevaeh fights back with the elbow. Gets caught with the drop kick to the back. A whole bunch of nonsense going on right now. Snap suplex, float over. Big running enziguri. Gotta say, I was not expecting this match to go on like this and be this good. Barnes splits the uprights. Carter sent Northern Lights corner. Assisted King Hippo punch. Shot to the kidney, big overhand strike. Beck with that Saito suplex, dropping Carter on the back of her neck in the center of the ring. Falling complete shot. Carter looking to get that quick tag. Gets caught with that surfboard knee breaker. So we've seen about 5 moose knuckles, 2 9 lives cutters, 3 taste of pains, but only 1 pearly gates to this point. Carter crawling to her corner. Beck gives chase, gets caught. Falling arm breaker. Nevaeh brings Cassie back in. We're down to about 2 minutes left. Cassie measuring Beck, kicks her down low. Taste of pain. Hooks the leg. And in limbo finally wins it after an absolute classic. All 4 women put on absolute spectacles here. I don't even know how we're going to follow this up. Kitty Barnes caught one end of purgatory. Was caught soon after with one of the multiple tastes of pains, but in the end, it would be Beck Wild falling to the taste of pain of Cassie. So we now know that at the Cease and Desist HD Remix, it will be the Women of Mayhem taking on In Limbo. And that's going to be something. As we leave the women's tag team division, moving on to the Headhunter division. As half of the #1 contenders, the winning half of the #1 contenders, from Dilly Dilly, Sakamoto, Omega, and Iceman. Looking to get one last swing of momentum going into the HD remix. Their team won the match. They will now throw down. The winner of this gets to decide the stipulation of that fatal four-way match. Iceman's fought in every match type foreseeable. I'm not quite sure which one he would pick in this instance. We know Omega likes those strikes, could be looking for a knockout match. We will find out who gets to decide at the end of this one. I have a nasty hunch this one's not going to go 45 minutes. And if it does, I'm going home. Out first, our first Japanese import on the season. The inaugural Headhunter champion, the only man to successfully defend it. One of the first two dropouts of the Silver Dragon Dojo. I'm sure they've had others, but the first two that are still wrestling and making something of themselves. The other being DJ 404. Sakamoto Omega will have the striking advantage, will have youth. Iceman's not GOAT 2 Electric Boogaloo for a reason, though. One half of the number one contenders to the high class tag team champions. Which I'd like to say that the fact that Steel City Strong Style is about to try to monopolize the entirety of the men's tag team division. In high class at Smokeout, we have the underappreciated defending against Run PGH, the original Run PGH, Bacon Iceman. At the HD Remix, we have the Risen putting our Blitz Division World Tag Team Championships against High and Mighty, the team of Bake and Mighty. So right there, Bake's got 2 shots to win tag team gold. At Final Cut, we can officially confirm that the team of Simon Taro and Frost, their Cruiserweight Tag Team Champions, will be defending against the newly dubbed Fly and Mighty, EVH and Mighty. So I guess that's not the actual tag team belts, but it's close enough. Enough about tag team action, we just got out of that. We have Headhunter action here. This match will not be fought under traditional Headhunter rules, though. It will be a standard match. Omega starting things off with a slingshot. And it drops the knee to the back of Iceman's head. Introduces Iceman head first into that turnbuckle pad. So they don't have enough time for 50 first dates, so here's 10 more. Omega looking to springboard in. Iceman starting to move. Omega thinks otherwise. Iceman, arguably the best counterman in the history of the Triad. Short European uppercut, now dropping the rights. Round kick to that spine. Throwing the big paws and then a slap out of the ice. Cold snap. Picture perfect neck snap, though. King Hippo punch, Omega fighting off the ground. Big lariat takes Iceman to the outside. Iceman introduced head first into that turnbuckle post. We don't call it the ultra-violent division here, but there is a reason why the ultra-violence tour has gone on as long as it has. And it looks like these two just going to fight their way out of the building. Omega with the big overhand shot. Iceman standing switch. Forearm to the back. Do-si-do. Omega counters. Drops Iceman into that facebuster. Refs count at 7. Iceman slow to get to his feet. Or not 7, 9. Couldn't hear over the crowd, and Omega steals the count out victory. So by that logic, Omega will pick the stipulation. I'm being told that we would have restarted this match if the last one didn't go on for 12 hours. So we head back into the women's division as the newly reinvigorated Melanie Miller taking on Fumi Yamamoto Richards. The graphics guy said it's too long to put Richards on the end of it, since they decided they had to hyphenate it. Fumi's husband, Evan Richards, will be defending tomorrow at Final Cut. As Adrenaline Underground will be taking on our tag team champions, the Risen. Risen looking to become 2-time champions. Adrenaline Underground said they did it first. Melanie Miller already has one big win over Yamamoto this season. Pinned our former women's champion Misaki. Could be looking to become a Yamamoto Slayer. This match is going to be super fast-paced, I'm guessing. Every time I say that, they end up going either really slow-paced or super technical. Not so much these two, but in general. As the former solo woman in Killer X making her way down. Has stated she would love to return to Blitz next season. Would also love to go back to Supernova Pro where she got her start. Former stablemate Andres Calderon is still the Cruiserweight champion over in Supernova. Says he might know a few people that can help make that happen. Has definitely said she's going to take some time in the offseason to go train at Hajime Puro. Fumi and her cousin Akane very familiar with Hajime. Fumi a one-time women's champion, Akane a two-time women's champion. And Fumi using some of that dowry money for some pyro. Sporting the AU shirt. told her and Evan have been working on a new design for a shirt. I've seen some of the sketches and they're ridiculous. One of them had an underground train with cat ears on it. And whiskers. It was bad. One of them was like a punk rat, Toki cat. There was a lot of cat designs. I think that's all Fumi's influence. Evan was just kind of going along with it. And a handshake out of these two. They are former training partners. Single women's action. Melanie flips out real quick with that float over DDT. Has a hold of the pigtails. Noel says, well, I didn't get your wedding present, so here's 10 turnbuckles. 11 if you count the first one. Mel with the big frog splash across the back. Mel coming out of the gates real hot. Irish whip. Ducks the line from Fumi. Fumi fighting back with the second one. Has Mel up. Short brainbuster. Mel rolls into a sidekick. Fumi has a hold of the arm. Russian leg sweep. Mel dodges the stomp, gets caught with the right hand across the back. Irish whip. Fumi going for the slam. Mel stops with the rising knee. Runs into a firewoman's carry takedown, however. Fumi and Melanie Miller exchanging shots here. Fumi with that hatch suplex doesn't hold on. That was the cutthroat variation, didn't bridge it out. Michinoku driver. Too close to the ropes to hold on for the pin. Fumi dragging the tape across the face of Melanie. Yamamoto with a snapmare. Brings Miller back up to a standing base just to lay her out with that reverse DDT. Fumi the first one to head up. Diving kick, doesn't look like she got all of it. Now with that stump puller. Trying to slow down the agility of Miller. Mel with the King Hippo punch though. Pops up into the Meteora. Looked like she was going to hold on for the pin. Rolled off, though. Fumi back to work with the Firewoman's takedown. Quick snapmare from Miller. Into that rear chin lock. First cover attempt, ref super out of position. Only gets a 1 count. Fumi Yamamoto with the King Hippo punch. Low kick. Shades of her husband with that curb stomp. Mel Miller taking a curb stomp prefecture. Surprise ninja head scissor takedown. Mel with the pair lariats. Ducks a clothesline from Fumi into the standing super kick. Fumi spun around. Ripcord knee out of Mel Miller. Try to bring Fumi back up. Fumi fights back though with that over the shoulder arm breaker. Into the shin breaker now. Fumi going for that hip splash, gets nothing but mat. Right hand block, Fumi counters. Runs into the fire ones, carry takedown for Miller now. Miller with the pop-up Rana, holds on. Trying to steal it, only gets to 2.8. Miller with the short curb stomp. Fumi sent for a corner. Miller with the Waltman combo. Going for the stomp. Fumi blocks it. Swings the leg out. Fumi heading the whole way up. Notice me, senpai. Looked like she landed awkwardly. Hooks that outside leg. Even with the awkward landing, Fumi Yamamoto picks up a win. Over a very game, Melanie Miller. Miller hit that big ripcord knee. Looked like she was trying to set up for the most electrifying move in the company. Would hit that standing Rana, hook the outside leg, almost stole the victory here with a 2.9. Fumi would fight back and hit that northern south. Notice me, senpai, one more look at it. It almost kind of looks like she landed on Mel's face. Normally it's all midsection. However you call it, though, it's a win for Fumi. I'm not sure she'll actually be in the corner of Evan Richards tomorrow and Adrenaline Underground. I know she wants to be. We'll have to see how that plays out. As we move on to our Blitz division, is our new Blitz division champion Nightmare taking on Sriracha here. Sriracha re-entering the singles competitive field. Long history between these two. They've exchanged tag team titles multiple times. Rivalry was ultimately decided in a ladder match, which the Spice Rack won. Since then, Nightmare's gone on to become an absolute force in the solo fields. I want to say he hasn't actually lost a singles match here. I'll have to go back and look at the tape. It doesn't matter what Nightmare's lost in the past. He survived an absolute beatdown from Jay Hellion and those guys at Dilly Dilly. Took two quick namesake drivers. I want to say he took a namesake bomb from Flip Sunset because we booked Flip first, but came out on top as the new Blitz division champion, his first singles run. Got Skeevy Ray Vaughn at the HD Remix. Skeevy won that big last chance ladder match. So we get our first look at that belt on Nightmare. First three-time champion in the company. It's only because he won his before Callie won her second title. Two-time tag team champion, one-time Blitz Division champion. Finalist of High Class Wrestling's Super Junior World Cup. And biggest spender of the Pyro budget. As 1/4 of the remaining Spice Rack makes his way out. Sriracha manages to pick up a win here that'll do big things for him going into next season. It'll definitely make a case for him to have a shot at that title next year. Of course, defeating Nightmare is a very tall task, and that's not just a joke on his height, rather. Although he is very, very tall. Blitz Division action, we are a go. Nightmare with the single arm brainbuster out of the gate real quick. Nasty round kick across that mask. Into the backslide driver. Nightmare out of the gate like a man possessed. Layout reverse DDT. Sends Sriracha off the ropes. Shoulder tackle gets dodged by Sriracha. Quick snap suplex. Sriracha trying to get the momentum back on his side. Reversal on the Irish whip. Sriracha sent into the corner. Caught with that diving kick. Nightmare looking to do something stupid. Senton entirely too far away. Nightmare looking for the slam. Sriracha with the standing switch into that belly to back suplex. Sriracha with the momentum right now. Has the rear chin lock. Nightmare with that gut wrench counter. Heading back up to that second. Much smarter with the swanton that time. Got all of it. Nightmare looking for that slam. Sriracha with the standing switch into the neck breaker. Sriracha with the rolling senton gets nothing but mat. Dropping the accuracy back down. Nightmare hooks the outside leg, only gets a 1 count. Nightmare off the ropes, into the falling headbutt. Sriracha up on the shoulders, gets dropped to that hot shot. Blitz Division champion waits for the diving DDT, takes down Sriracha. Maintains wrist control, flips him up and over with the monkey flip. Into the cover one more time. Nightmare very aggressive here. Quick counts aren't going to do much, but they're at least going to wear out your opponent. At least that's the mentality. Layer reverse DDT takedown. Sriracha sent neutral corner. Nightmare puts him up in the high impact zone. Nightmare the whole way up. Big superplex. Nightmare looking to fly one more time. Into the double stomp. Not the moon, dark side of the moon stomp, however. Didn't get that extra bit of rotation. Didn't get any rotation, just dove, stomped. Goes for the headbutt, only gets an elbow. Sriracha with the big right hand. Into the teardrop suplex, holds on. Makes it a pair. So right from the book of Izzy Wrecked here. That triple X-plex combination. Pair of forearms from Sriracha. Into the G1. Sriracha with that short face buster on the knee. Hooks the outside leg. Looking to steal one from the Blitz Division champion here. Only gets a 2 count. Nightmare is just days removed after that fatal 4-way. It's caught with the cock joke. Could still be feeling the effects. Sriracha hooks the leg one more time. Nightmare, though, fights out at 2.8. Sriracha with the springboard frog splash. Nightmare fighting off the ground with the jawbreaker. Soul kick down low. Looking for the Elm Street driver. Sriracha reverses it, small package, only gets it 1 count. As Nightmare up and over with the inverted suplex. Gets that short face buster one more time. Could be looking for one more quick cock joke. Has Nightmare up. Nightmare reverses it into the powerbomb from into a DDT rather. Pulls Sriracha away from the ropes into the cover. Gets a 2 count. Stinger of a kick across the back. Has a hold of the wrist of Sriracha. Stretches out backwards and then stomps on the elbow joint. Running leg drop, brother. Sriracha up. Caught with that gut buster. Ref down. 2.9 count. Sriracha finding a way to kick back out. Nightmare back off the ropes. Falling headbutt to the shoulder one more time. Nightmare going the whole way up. Dark side of the moon stomp. Hooks the leg. And Sriracha out at 2.9. Chicken wing specials everywhere. These two men exchanging their best moves. Sriracha fighting back with the leg strength. Trying to steal it quick here. As Nightmare up and over, or not. That was going inverted suplex, just turned into a high angle vertical, or reverse DDT rather. Nightmare rolls to the outside, Sriracha heads all the way up. Decided he didn't want to be that stupid. Lucha bump outside, Famouser on the mats. Out of Nightmare. Stepping on the back of the mask. One of those very thin mats out there. Runs into a power slam from Sriracha. Sriracha could be looking to fly. Frog splash to the outside. Both men down. Sriracha back up first, brings Nightmare back up. Into that high vertical. Refs count at 5. Both men back in. Sriracha gets that facebuster 3rd time. Instead of maintaining the pressure, decides to play to the storm shelter. Nightmare rolls out of the way of the kick. Sriracha counters with a layout reverse DDT. Cock choke, center shield. Pulls Nightmare away from the ropes, falls into the cover. And Nightmare still has something left. Sriracha heading the whole way up. Corkscrew senton. Fourth match, Stevie gets his first dub on the night. King Hippo punch backs Nightmare away. Fisherman buster out of Sriracha. Sends Nightmare far corner. Into the second rope moonsault. Nightmare kicking out at 2. Sriracha wondering what he's going to have to do to put away the Blitz Division champion. And decides to go for the dick. Nightmare fighting off the rear waistlock with a pair of elbows. Falls into that sleeper slam. Sriracha out at 2. Quick knee drop. And then a trio of more knees to the sternum. Nightmare Sriracha up. Drops him with that gutbuster one more time. Hooks the arm. Same thing he opened the match with, that single arm brainbuster. Taking a minute to compose himself. Nightmare heading all the way up to the high rent district. Sriracha getting stomped on the back of his neck. Nightmare looking to inflict a little more damage before he heads back up. Dark side of the moon stomp landed on the head of Sriracha. And that'll do it. Nightmare is victorious here. Very hard fought win. And Skeevy Ray out of from the back, attacking his competitor. The Bloodlight Black Belt has a hold of that Blitz Division title and lays into Nightmare with it. The #1 stunner of the Triad this year with the undefeated Skeevy streak. Delivers the first blow to his champion opponent. Speaking of champion opponents, in our co-main event we have one half of each side of the tag team championship match. As Alex Sever is going to be taking on Mighty here. The battle of the proteges. Alex Sever trained under Victor Black. Mighty trains under Bake. Will the sins of the teachers fall to the sins of the pupils? The Risen Demonio fell to the High and Mighty Merch Messiahs at Dilly Dilly in that 6-man elimination match. Akaoni pretty banged up. Will be out of action until the pay-per-view. Mighty and Bake ready to go. Mighty, of course, the longest reigning champion in the Blitz division. Looking to add tag team gold to that resume. Alex Sever, 3-time tag team champion across Cruiserweight division and not Cruiserweight divisions. Sever and Akaoni, the inaugural Cruiserweight champions of the tag team division in Supernova. The belts that the Fly and Mighty, ironically enough, will be going after Final Cut. Won our tag team titles by beating the Hall of Fame bound Hollywood Heroes. And then the next day defeated the Kings of the North over in Supernova. And Sever showing some Hugo Lazarus influence with his intro. It's been a long time since he's been in a singles match. I know he likes to use the Dragon Sleepers frequently. I forgot that he occasionally steals. Although I guess he was doing it for Lazarus. Alex Sever in his first singles match here in Blitz. Does not have an easy task before him. Mighty was undefeated for a good chunk of the season in solo competition. The night he went to forfeit that Blitz Division title, Cade stepped in, snuck a victory out, and Mighty would fall to our reigning champion, Rey Demonio. And respect out of the two proteges before their tag team title match. They know it's nothing personal, it's just business. Sever with the big delayed vertical suplex. Sever is the power man of the Risen. Which doesn't mean a whole lot. Mighty reverse on the Irish whip. Brings Sever in the hard way with a vertical suplex answer of his own. Sends Sever back out to the apron. Just to show him 1-4, hits him with another vertical. Hammerlocks that arm. Into the Russian leg sweep. And a quick round kick. That up and over Baker toss. Huge layer. That wasn't even a layer, that was a haymaker. Mighty throwing the shots early. Waiting for Sever to get to his feet. Dives down with the brain chop. Has Sever up on the shoulders. Drops him with the snake eyes. Mighty's actually won a match with that move this season. Sever sent back into the corner. Mighty takes him pillar to post. Went for the diving slam. Sever catches him, drops him with the space. Tornado Ogawa. Sever working on the knees of Mighty now. Into that diving shotgun drop kick. Mighty tried to run underneath it, just got himself with more damage. Runs in that bicycle kick out of Sever. Sever with the late DDT. Mighty with the reverse DDT counter. Falls into the cover, only gets a 1. That chop to the side of the neck. Into the triad staple. Going back to work with the neck crack. Mighty looking for that overhand shot. Sever blocks it, delivers right of his own, and then a chop. Sends Mighty into the corner. And Sever stealing the Triskelion super kicks off of Iggy now. 3 running super kicks into the corner. Waiting for Mighty to get to his feet. Catches him quick with the out black. Mighty flips up and over with the quickness. Sever looking for the slam, goes into the hot shot. And then a big quadrata moonsault. Mighty out at 1. Mighty fighting back off the ground with the dragon screw. Brings Sever back to a standing base. Just to plant him with a pair of lariats. Off the ropes, dives in with a single leg drop kick. Turns Sever around. Hits the German, could be looking to take him on a ride through the 3 rivers. Gets that dragon. Has him dead center. Crosses those arms into the straitjacket with the bridge. Sever out of 2.9. Mighty wasting very little time in motion here. Hits one more German. Maintains wrist control. Blizzard to 93. Turns Sever inside out. With the back press, hooks the outside leg. And Sever out of 2.9 one more time. Mighty thought he had it there. Overhand shot. Standing switch. Kick to the inside of the knee. Shades of the old Caliente DDT of Valentina. Mighty hung up on that top rope. Slingshot it up. Severed going to work with the knees now. Mighty sent all the way out to the playground. King Hippo punch. Mighty fighting his way back. Flips Sever down. Into the Fat Boy combo. The not so Fat Boy combo. And then walks up and marches out with the elbow drop. Sever fighting off with an up kick. As a hold of Mighty. Looking for the vertical. Mighty slips out the back. Pops him up into the neck breaker. Refs count at 7. Mighty, Sever both back in at 8. Mighty with the full Nelson bomb. Ref out of position, slips into the count, only gets a 2. Mighty back to the staple. Brings Sever in for that short pop-up power bomb. Spine buster. Kind of looked like a little bit of both. And Mighty slingshots into the splash. Sever fighting off the ground with the King Hippo punch. Mighty with the big belly-to-belly hip toss. It was almost a power slam. That was almost a lot of things. That was like 6 moves in one. Looks like he took a reading from the page of El Generico there. I'm allowed to reference El Generico. That man is a saint, saving the orphans in Mexico. Missed cutter money. Stevie gets another dub. Sever's kick caught. Mighty spun it into a German into the turnbuckles. Measuring big right hand. Plant Sever. Sever spun around one more time. German off the ropes. Mighty taking him for a ride on the Three Rivers one more time. Crosses those arms into the straitjacket German. No bridge. Sever surprise ninja head scissor takedown. Spins Mighty around. Hits him with the kidney shot. Into the chicken wing. Mighty trying to fight his way out. Gets out of it. Mighty sent back first into that turnbuckle. Sever going for the kick. Mighty dodges it. Spins Sever around. Hits the German. Blizzard to 93. Falls into the cover one more time. And Mighty picks up the momentum for the High and Mighty going into their tag team title match. There was the first ride on the Three Rivers. Mighty would hook that with the bridge. The first Blizzard of 93. Several would clamp both Out Black and Chicken Wing on Mighty. There was that second Three Rivers. Several would fight back briefly. Would look for that big decapitator drop kick in the corner. Mighty dodged out of the way and transitioned immediately into the blizzard. It looks like at some point Mighty was busted open. I want to say it was off those knees on the ropes, but I could be wrong. So we get set for main event time. As the unanimous Superstar of the Year, Ray Damonio. Very frustrated after falling at Dilly Dilly. Demonic Rising was clean swept by the High and Mighty Merch Machines. Is still undefeated in singles action. Space Homie, I guess, is trying to catch him unaware. Said, "You know what? I'll take you on. Not sure you want to fight an angry Demon King." We may have to send Space Homie into space in an urn. They're doing that these days, right? Ray Damonio, of course, has Fergal Flynn at the HD Remix. That match will be fought as a 2 out of 3 falls match. Ray and Fergal have been going back the last few weeks in 6-man matches. Will be interesting to see what happens when they finally meet one-on-one. Rare appearance for our World Heavyweight Champion, the man who's held it since. Insert coin to continue. And Flynn, with the sneak attack, drops the champion. Ray back to his feet. Takes Flynn down with the spear. Whole lot of running right, putting the boots to his #1 contender. Flynn won that Real Horror Show Battle Royal. Hits Ray with a big belly-to-belly on the outside, tossing him into the barricade. Ray's lariat gets ducked. Flynn with the back, that wasn't a backbreaker, it looked like he was going for that. Sidewalk slam instead. Ray with another spear. Fergal fighting off the ground with the arm ringer takedown. And Flynn shoulder tackled into the ref. It's not an official match anyway. Damonio with a Fez press, dropping the bombs. And the referee getting some help down here. Damonio with a standing moonsault for his troubles. And we're making this match official now. Damonio gets playing with the gutbuster. Flynn into the cover. This match non-title. Flynn with the snapmare. Gets elbowed with the guts. Damonio runs through with the neck breaker. Brings Flynn back to his feet. It's hard to go from preparing for Space Homie and then get Fergal Flynn instead. Damonio looking to fly here. corkscrew senton into the cover. Flynn kicking out at 2. Demonio has Flynn up, plants him with that high angle inverted DDT. Into the standing moonsault. Shades of his lucha background. Flynn with the short arm lariat, shades of his just I'm a brawling badass background. Drops the champion with the lariat. Has him up and over with the back body drop. Has Ray up, plants him with the spine buster. Has a hold of the dreads, hit, could be looking for the prelude to doom. Gets that headbutt set. Demonio fighting back with the leg strength. Falls into the cover. Flynn doesn't even give him a chance to get 1.5. Demonio looking for the elbows to the traps, trying to loosen up some of those arms. Ray flying again. Said we were expecting an aerialist in this match. Goes for that brain chop. Flynn stuffs it. Flynn out the back. Into the Irish leg sweep. Just tuner up the Dune Bringer here. Lays out the champion. Into the cover. Could Ray Demonio get his first singles defeat here? He does. Fergal Flynn has finally found an answer for Demonio. Just 2 or 3 short weeks away from our final pay-per-view. Ray Demonio has finally lost a singles match. And was beat by the man he will meet at that pay-per-view. Right here, Flynn caught that Doombringer flush to the jaw. And the Emerged Messiah standing tall here. That's going to do it for us here on Storm. So for all your winners and losers tonight, for In Limbo and the Northern Lights putting on an absolute spectacle of a match. For Nightmare showing why he is the Blitz Division champion, but for Fergal Flynn, who finally delivers a blemish to the record of Ray Demonio, I have been your voice of choice, DrMarxout, and I am signing off. Make sure you guys keep your eyes to the Triad feeds tomorrow. Supernova Pro will be bringing you Final Cut, their biggest pay-per-view of the year. I want to say High Class will be bringing Smoke out sometime in the next week or 2. If you're not subscribed to all 3 of us, make sure you do so. I will talk to you folks later. Have a good rest of your night.